Welcome out, ladies and gentlemen, to this RGL Highlander Season 15 Week 7 matchup between Froggieland and Squirtyay. I'm Zagron, back from an illness all of last week. Voxday by my side, and Dolph behind the camera as always. Voxday, how you doing on this Monday evening?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Ready to watch some CP Steel. Ready to watch these two teams duke it out for the final playoff spot of this season.
Yeah, and like Voxday just said, this is the final playoff spot matchup. These teams are currently seated in 4th and 5th. Winner makes playoffs, loser goes home. This is the highest stakes match of the season so far. You start there, Squirtyay in 4th, Froggy in 5th. The way the match point math checks out, winner goes through for certain, because even if Froggy win a 2-1, they will have tiebreaker. So yeah, it's win, you're in, lose, you're going home. Froggy, if they win, they will be 4th seed, while Blinky take 3rd. However, if Squirtyay do win, then it will be Squirtyay up to 3rd, Blinky down to 4th. So small difference, but the win you're in still stands true.
Absolutely, and I mean, to be honest, it wouldn't be too bad to find yourself in third place coming into it, because Team Fun, you could see sitting up on the scoreboard 7-0. I don't know if I want to be running into them first round. So for Squirtyay, I think they're really hoping for the win, hopefully to get themselves a little bit further in the playoff.
Yeah, that 3rd place coming with, some of that prize money and that medal, definitely, if you can get an easier round 1 match, would be nice. But first things first, get to the playoffs, and that's what both these teams are going to be trying to do here. So we can go ahead and run down the rosters real quick. Starting on Squirtyay is going to be Yate on Scout, Jerry on Soldier, Figsy on Pyro, Townsy on Demoman, Jack X on Heavy, Pickles on Engineer, Ray on Medic, Arbiter on Sniper, and Pajaro on Spy.
And Froggieland, if you've watched some of our casts, you are familiar with this roster. Technomo on Scout, Catalyst on Soldier, Pyrrhus on Pyro, Chief on Demo, Moist on Heavy, Exa playing Engineer, Rogue is going to be the Medic, the SAR on Sniper, and Construed on Spy.
And speaking of familiarity with Froggieland, I do want to mention I played 7 scrims with them yesterday on Steel as a ringer. So I know pretty much what they're trying to do on Steel, what their strengths and their weaknesses are, as well as what they told me Construed did not do for them and what he could start doing. So there's a lot that I can go into about Froggieland here, but I want to, maintain a bit of a balance between these two teams. Squirtyay, on paper, have been stronger this season so far, so I'd say they're likely favorites, but honestly, it's not even that big. Like, you can't even, weigh the scales too much in one's favor right now.
Especially on a map like Steel, because it obviously, if a team is heavily favored, that goes one way, but with two teams that are relatively close, even if you want to say Squirtyay have a slight advantage, a map like Steel can play out in so many different ways. Of course, if you're unfamiliar with the map, there are multiple different ways that you can win. Ultimately, the goal is to end up capping that central point on E, but at least you have to try. Generally, teams will at least try to grab A, and then from there, I mean, really all the doors kind of blow off, and I don't know, it could be interesting with two teams that are quite evenly matched.
Yeah, and small roster update, Figsy is going to be out for tonight. Subbing in her place will be QKI, I believe it said Cookie. I remember him playing Invite Pyro like a few seasons of RGL ago. I haven't seen him recently, but I do remember the name, so might be coming in after a bit of a break, but should be serviceable on Steel. Pyro does have some very important jobs, but I'm sure he'll be able to fill in well enough. And real quick, do have a quick shout out right now to the RGL Newbie Cup 5 coming this summer. Registration's closing July 31st. You can check that out if you are a new player. Will be a lot of really cool new experiences you can have playing Team Fortress 2 competitively. Coaches are also wanted. You guys can sign up if you have a bit more experience. You want to help new players get started playing. So again, the Newbie Cup will be coming up soon. Registrations, once again, you have until the end of the month.
Yeah, make sure click the links or scan the QR code. You got until July 31st, and the newbie cups are always a lot of fun. Just the way to get your feet wet, and just get some experience, have some fun. And there's a little bit of pressure, but hopefully not so much pressure that people are all screaming at each other. That's what happens in the Highlander matches. Once things don't start going your way, the entire 9 players start to scream at each other. Little more relaxed than the newbie cups, which is nice.
Yep, and we do have all 18 in the server, so we're gonna be getting started here rather soon. Vox, do you have any quick predictions or anything to give? I know I mentioned that it's pretty hard to guess a matchup so close, especially on Steel, but you looking for anything specific, any team to kind of get ahead?
Really, what I want to see is I want to see at least one solid attempt at an A to E capture. I don't know if I can say like, you know what, Squirtyay, you're going to come out and take this 2-0 or anything like that. So instead, I'm going to take I'm going to have a wish list of things. I want to see a nice solid AE attempt happen at some point. And you know,
And the
other
pit
than
kills.
that,
Don't forget about the pit kills.
oh, the pit kills. I mean, we should really run an over under on pit kills. I don't know. We'll say 6.5. Are you taking the over or the under?
Based on how I've seen Froggy play, I feel like 6 is pretty fair. I'd go. I feel like 6 is like a really good mark. Since 6.5, I'll go under to 6.
All right, I like it. We got the clock's winding down and 60-second setup. I mean, in that time, anything you're looking for? Any what are you expecting from these two teams?
So we got Froggieland starting out on blue side on the attack, Squirtyay on defense, red side. From playing all those scrims with Froggy last night, I can tell you that they do something called they call it a pull or something. Basically, they're going to rotate a lot of players heavy onto A early to make sure nothing's cheesing them and just set down a lot of presence. Then they will put the combo through the AE connector to force rotations out of the defense, right? Into that wishbone area. After that, they'll decide whether or not they think they can go through, or they'll just rotate back through spawn, through drop down, and go for a quick B hit. So watch for fast rotations from Froggieland coming out on offense.
I like it. All right, we'll have to keep an eye out. We've got right now the gun set up at a pretty standard spot over on B for the defense of Squirtyay, and you know they got the heavy hanging out up top. I don't know, everything looks pretty standard so far. Really no resistance over towards A. Sometimes teams will put a scout over there or something, but it's just Pajaro. Oh, it did.
Yeah, Piracy tried going up with the top, took too much damage and created, but like I said, they are stacking a lot of people here. X has got his level 3 gun set up on offense. Pajaro just spotting it with the Dead Ringer for a bit, but yeah, that will be the standard Steel A capture coming in. And I want to see where Froggy actually wrote their medic, because they do like to show heals, at least from the scrims I saw. It looks like they're just going to put a lot of people in right now. I don't see a spy quite yet. Yeah, I see a Construde. They're going to put Construde through these doors and have him spot for snipers, which we do see right now. Arbiter is staring at this, so he will get called out by Construde on the jump peak. They know the sniper's watching. They're going to try to peek him with their own sniper. Star's about to take a really important SVS.
Let's see how both snipers missing their shots. Oh, but they'll still open up some room.
Ooh,
and actually Construde getting a backstab onto E. I mean,
yeah, and with Arbiter dead as well, they're gonna just start pressuring onto E with their scout and some flank classes. Fight going down into lobby and D side into Pajaro, trying to get the sentry gun sap, but the team is there. Sapper gonna get taken right off. Now look, we see the combo from the side of Square have rotated into Wishbone. Now let's look at the side of Froggieland. The combo is in B main right now, looking to take an Uber exchange. Gun taken very low and will go down without any resistance.
Yeah, this is really solid so far from Froggy. We'll have to see. The Ubers are likely going to get traded in just a little bit.
This is the backstab, but gets the sapper on. Uber's going to get popped out in the meantime from the defense. They do bait it out quite early. Rogue still holding, does get that Uber pop after taking a pipe. It's a solo into Chief for now. A lot of E capture going down in the meantime, but the better Uber will allow the team to walk in onto B, at least for now. Defense going to retake it with some more presence, but E is this constant threat.
Yeah, I mean, it's more than halfway capped at this point. ×3 on the point. Technomo doing everything he can. Oh, Pierce, good jump across. I like that.
Yeah, and now the EE's captured so much, the combo has to respond. They've moved into Wishbone to get players off of that point, but because of that combo backing up, Froggy easily are able to take onto the B platform, and they're starting to capture up on B. Recontest coming out from a couple classes, but their attention is split. Combo's looking Wishbone onto E, a couple players Engineer looking onto B. It looks like for now, they're just trying to get their bearings, see what they want to do. Stickies are here on this walkout. 2x on the B capture point means that it is going to get laid down in just a second here. Pirates will go down, but there is the B capture off of solely rotations and one Uber exchange.
Yeah, that was really well played from Froggy. The fact that they got, they got a couple of picks to give themselves some room onto E, and they're still threatening it. I mean, they split the attention of the defense. They managed themselves.
And look at this. There's a teleporter and Pyrus up in heaven. Pyrus to reflect kill and an air blast kill. Pyrus takes down 2. Chief as well, doubling up onto Ray and Townsy. The entire defense is dead. The early E teleporter and Pyrus up in heaven buys them so much pressure, and E's still half capped. They're gonna keep going on it.
Yeah, I mean, here's Rogue just lobbing arrows across. Oh, Moist with a nice sandwich toss too. E ×4 on it. We'll see. The spawns can come out from anywhere.
Rogue, watch out! Pickles in their face. Pickles gets taken down by that detonator from Pyrus. 5x, there's
Oh!
the capture. 308, they go A, B, E, and they cap E the entire time with split pressure. That's exactly what I was looking for Froggy based on their scrims, and they pull off to perfection.
Yeah, that's a masterclass on how you want to run that. Just splitting the attention nonstop from the defense. Even when they grab B, I mean, you know, you can make a decision there and just say, okay, we got B. Why don't we just put all of our pressure onto C, especially after that wipe? You know, Squirtyay, everyone went down. They could have just said, you know, gone the safe route, but instead they knew that they had E half capped and decided to just fully commit. It works out beautifully. 308 N. One of the things I was hoping for, a solid AE attempt, and it works out very well.
Yep. Now Froggieland, they put some crit stickies out onto B with only 3 minutes on the clock. This is where like offense on Steel becomes interesting, right? Because like the first thought is they capped in 3 minutes, we can do the same, doing the same thing, but you don't really ever feel that way, right? Whenever you get capped out in 3 minutes on Steel, you're like, we have to ABE, we have to like maybe even AE, if you're desperate, even straight E if the time is that bad. But we'll have to see what Squirtyay want to do, because they're heavily on the back foot in this first round. They need to get either, you know, the sub 3 minute time or just go down in the blink of an eye. What, the 3K with the crit stickies gets the gun as well? That's an amazing death from Chief. He's on the other side of the map. That got called for him.
That's beautiful. Oh, Froggy, I mean, just the preparation. It seems like they did really walk into this way more prepared so far. We'll have to just see if Squirtyay can respond in kind. But yeah, for Squirtyay, they're in a tough spot. They are going to go for the A cap. It's just pretty standard. It doesn't take too long to do.
Yeah, but when you have 3 minutes, delaying half your team to a crit trap, every those seconds hurts real bad.
Absolutely. And for Froggy too, I mean, the fact that you only have to hold for, you know, a solid 2.5 minutes, you know they're going to be desperate.
Cheeses the gate opening and takes down Jerry. That's actually big, because without the soldier spamming this corridor, it's really hard to play. And look at this, Catalyst has the Cow Mangler spamming right clicks down it. Cookie can go down to Technomo's Cleaver on the B side. They want to try and get aggressive through it, but a lot of players are going to go down. They're going to lose Pajaro as well. Centrigun takes down Townsy early, and they don't get the Uber. I believe they did like the fake Uber out to try and force defensive Uber, but, you know, Rogue not going to pop for that, whatever. So right now, Froggy are just in the driver's seat.
Absolutely. SAR's looking good right now. Has a couple of clutch shots over. Oh, there's another one. Over protecting this AE connector.
The entire combo is rotated AE. The Squirtyay are desperate now. They're going to just try to force it in. It's a minute 30 seconds. You need 45 seconds on average to get Steel capped if you're on it the entire time with the 3X. So time is running out, and they're desperate. They're just going to go straight to E.
Yeah, and Exa, I mean, everyone on Froggy knows what's happening. Exa's set up with the Wrangler, ready to provide some Overwatch support here. And I don't know how you're really going to do this.
Rogue
goes down.
Gets the backstab onto B, and the drop-down rotation from the combo is going to actually get the free B capture. Now, that is a really great play from Pajaro and the combo to make that rotation, but the time is still bleeding. It's running out. B gonna get capped with 1 minute left on the clock. Still very possible, but X's level 3 is a huge obstacle. Wrangling in, Jerry's gonna get taken down. Exa takes down a huge threat to the capture. Now Scout gonna have to jump onto it, but Moist is underneath, doing a ton of spray damage. Pickle's dead. Townsy floated into the pit. Can he get out? He's gonna get shredded by this heavy, taken down by Moist. Moist will go down, but 45 seconds left on the clock. It has to be 3x from here on out.
Yeah, and at this point, they're just continuing to get taken off of it. It's not even just the Sentry. A level 1 at this point, just doing chip damage. Every player from Froggy, they know what their
with 30 seconds on the
is.
clock and no capture time, it's over. You have to 5x from this point. So that's going to be a very fast round 1 going to Froggieland.
I mean, just a complete punch in the mouth after this first one. I don't think that's how Squirtyay thought this was going to go. I don't think that's really how anyone would have expected this to go. You know, Steel can be a very grinding map, and the fact that we really got through this first round.
Sack. No, my 6 under.
You know, I guess it does still count if they just did it for
They're
fun.
on the logs.
Oh boy. Well, under 6 minutes for that first half, huh?
Yeah, quick one. We'll be out of here by, at this rate, if they're ready at fast, we'll be out of here by 10 Eastern. So that'll be the fastest Highlander match we've ever seen.
Not that I love sitting around for a long halftime or something, but I also wouldn't begrudge Squirtyay if they needed some time to talk over what the hell just happened.
It's like I said with Froggieland, right? They do this pull strat on AE where their goal is to like overstack AE kinda without ever like full committing unless you have a real reason to. And when they got that instant backstab on the scout and pick onto the sniper, all of a sudden the pressure's gonna come in. Rotations are always forced from the defense. You're always responding rather than making the play yourself. You're playing defensively instead of you're playing reactively instead of proactively, right? On the defense. And from that moment, if you're not able to ever get a wipe on one side of the map, you're just gonna get pulled around until you die.
Yeah, I mean all that practice, all those scrims really do look like they paid off. Taking a look at the logs, I mean, there's not too much to glean when it can be like one-sided like this. Like really impressive Chief going 12-1 over 400 DPM.
We're going those four sticky kills of the trap. It might have been a bit of stat padding, but
absolutely
it was good stat padding. That delay, it does matter, but yeah. Logs
Right.
in general in TF2, people overstress on them. Steel is one of the maps where, like, if you're looking at the logs and trying to glean a ton of information from them, you're just looking at the wrong place, right? For Squirtyay, the question now is, how do we respond to Froggie's heavy E lean early on, right? Because they tried the scout spotting with the sniper watching, didn't work. They got ran over.
Yeah, I mean, it was just that opening pick, construed finds, like you said, and then from that point, they just had the numbers, they had the bodies, continuing to bully. And I want to give a shout out too to Pierce. I mean, just seemed to be reflecting everything, every rocket coming towards the point. Pierce was consistently just making sure that E could stay clear to cap. And
the heavy play was great from Pyrus at the end. That I locked it in. Reflect killing the soldier and putting the heavy in the pit. That's just so much value.
It was beautiful. Absolutely. Just one of those things. I mean, an unlikely place. Obviously, Pyro, when you have a map with a giant pit, you have opportunity, but not a class I think that gets to play the hero very often. But this is definitely one of those rounds that you can point to and say, like, yeah, there was a lot of impact to be had there by Pyrus.
Yeah, and now that Squirtyay is on offense, right, starting out, they will get to play their own game. They will get to actually put strategies that don't revolve around, guys, we need to like rush E as fast as we can. And to their credit, right, the rotation baiting they did works. They got the backstab drop from Pyro being in a really good spot, and they got a free B. In a vacuum, their their player on E and B was good, right? You can say that half of that was because Froggy in their minds are thinking, oh, they're going to try to just E-push us. So they committed to the rotation knowing they would most likely be fine, and they're right, to be fair. So, like, in that regard, the fundamentals from Squirtyay on their offense, we saw the start of it, but they really need to show up here, because if they aren't able to get a time that's easily defendable here, their playoff chances could be over less than 30 minutes after the match started.
Yeah, it's just not the way you want it to go. I mean, either way, you kind of want to go into every match just thinking that it's going to be very competitive, and with switching sides, being able to set your own time, you hope that that competition, that drive, that motivation comes back of like, look, yeah, we spotted them 1-0, but it's a completely different game when you get that opportunity to set your time, because you'll have a good feeling then on how you need to defend, almost like Froggy got to benefit from the fact of, yeah, we set a really great time, we can really focus our energy on E after the first 45 seconds or so of it.
Yeah, and as we wait for Squirtyay to finish the most important conversation of their season, got a quick plug for the merch. RGL merch right now in stock. This is the last week that you can order any of the current cycle of designs right now. That includes the ones designed by Jay, which the profits will be split partially to go towards him to help support him as well. If you're interested in supporting the Team Fortress 2 community and some of its players, take a look at these designs. Again, the last week you can get this round of designs. We'll surely have more in the future in the next cycle. Not exactly announced when those will be quite yet, but if you look at any of these, if you like them, make sure to pick them up now. Again, final week to buy this round of merch.
Yeah, there's some really awesome designs here. Don't miss out. Give yourself a chance to support the players, support the league, and get something nice out of it too. Well, yeah, we do have all 18 still. I don't know any bathroom breaks, or if this is really, again, don't begrudge them wanting to take a little time to figure this out, because as we said, we got charging his mouse, I think is
SAR apparently.
Okay, come on. You got to take care of
At
those
what
things.
point, hold on. We need a tactical mouse swap, though, because you're just giving Squirtyay a longer halftime, right? If they want to, because they don't have to ready up until you do.
That's true. I don't know. I mean, I as a wireless mouse enjoyer myself, I think I always make sure that I got some extra time. Leave the computer on for half hour, keep the mouse plugged in. You gotta let that battery life continue. I don't know.
As we wait for the final ready up to come in from these teams, but I do want to mention I had in my mind, right? If I saw Rogue playing, and I do know that he was like coming in as the main for this team for the rest of the season. He did mention it when we were together in LA for the previous weekend. I swore to myself that if I saw Rogue drop an Uber, I'd say he dropped that harder than Alto got dropped by the Kitchen Island. If you know, you know. But like, it was so out of nowhere because the round was already over by that point. Realistically, I just cannot think about it with Steel being Steel. Everyone's running everywhere. This map is so hard to cast, by the way. For any of you watching and like wondering like what do we do on Steel? I just fly around, and if I look to my right screen and I see Dolphin is looking at a different point than me, I'm like, something must be happening there.
Yeah, it is nothing but pure chaos, especially too. I mean, the way that Froggy played it, you really do have to kind of keep your eye on two different things at once, and that's exactly how Squirtyay we're probably feeling. You've got calls, you've got your flank calling like we need help here. At the same time, the combos like, wait, we need help on B. The comms are probably overlapping, and that's exactly what that offense is designed to do. And some of it does just come down to better fragging potential. I mean, the picks that Froggy got set themselves up for that really great half. If Construed doesn't get that pick, who knows exactly how that could have gone, because all of a sudden you're talking, Squirtyay had the players to contest.
Yeah, and by the way, that was Construed's only kill of the half. But when your team wins that hard and you're playing Spy on Steel making the comms, one kill is good enough. Like, he's doing his job. You're not too bent out of shape about that one. Again, why looking at logs is a bad thing. But either way, we've readied up into the second half. Squirtyay have one more chance to keep their season alive, because otherwise, they're just going home. They're going to be out of playoff contention, and they will be ending the season at 5th place. So they don't want that to happen. They got to pull it together right here, right now.
Yeah, and everything resets. You got to kind of, be a goldfish, right? You got to just erase that first map from or round from your memory. Come in, set as good of a time as you can. You don't need to feel pressure to go AE. You can play your game, whether that's the ABE, the Around the World, or the Alphabet, whatever you want to call it. However you've prepared on offense on this map, go out and execute that to the best of your ability.
Up and Gates about to drop. We'll see what their plan is. Last time Chief got a 4K with the crit stickies. I don't see any of them on A this round, so I'm gonna go take a look at B, see if they can get him. Arbiter gonna get killed in the early SVS, so SAR 1-0 up in the half. And yeah, the crit stickies are on B to start out this time.
Yeah, maybe maybe trying to switch it up. Maybe expecting, Squirtyay was expecting on A, went a little bit gingerly over out to A, and then they'll be surprised by the stickies on B. We'll see. Well, A is a foregone conclusion. Really nothing going on over there besides the cap.
With a sack out. Cookie runs out first, the bonk follows, but no damage onto Rogue, so sack unsuccessful again. But Arbiter does pick up the SVS win this time, so there's going to be a lot more room to move around.
Yeah, and we'll see exactly how Squirtyay want to do this. Of course, they've got their players. It looks like they're gonna push out over towards that AE connector.
Yeah,
see what's going on.
Heavy and level 3 all gonna be moving in. It is spotted by the spy and the scout here, so they know what's coming. They're gonna have the call. Here's the decloak from the spy. Paro not gonna find. He does find the pick. Technomo just not aware at all. Gonna go down early, and again, we're seeing the start of the collapse coming in on this E side. It's not level 3 gonna get built up, but the Uber exchange on B is about to go down. Oh, they dropped Townsy and Cookie.
Oh no!
Uber, luckily enough, so they're just gonna get sold. Right! Oh, Pahara almost got the kill onto Rogue with that stab. Just barely turned in time for Rogue to keep alive. So no medic using, and E gonna get start pressure here.
Yep, you got Jerry on the point, just lobbing rockets, manages to find Construed. I don't know. This doesn't feel like it's gonna go down exactly the same way, but there's
they
that
got the level 3
gun.
overlooking the point. That attention needs to be had, but Ubers are being traded now. Finally in lower B main. Yate Baharo gonna go down as will Pickles, so no room on the B side. But the E capture again is where you have to be looking. It's a 2x pain train on Jerry. Level 3 Sentry Gun overlooking it. Will get sapped here in just a second by Conchu. Pyro gonna jump onto it with the debt jump. Cookie on there. Low HP gonna get taken down by Sar, rotating with the body shots from that main shutter door, and E pressure will be alleviated for now. But the combo has rotated in. It looks like they want to try and all in this. Looks like now they're gonna leave. They don't like it anymore.
This is where it can get dicey, especially too right now if you're Squirtyay. You've had a lot of capture time on E, and you can get to a point, we don't know where this is going to go, but you can get to a point where you just continually say, okay, we're going to try E again, we're going to try E again. It looks like they are avoiding that. They have some time on B right now.
Yeah, combo's on the B point now. They're going to sack onto it. Jump from Pyrus into the face of Townsy. Burns him down. Cookie left alone. Going to get taken down as well. Really great resack in onto the combo on B. They don't get Ray though. Ray with a really good play to leave in advance, so she's going to keep her Uber charge up to 85%. And now 4x back onto E. There's a lot of players pressuring in the side. Jack survives on 1, eating a sandwich, but Sar posted up on a 4K, takes Arbiter down.
Yeah, and the Mangler too doing work. Jack is going to, almost get air blasted into pit.
Almost on landing.
Big body. Well, let's see. Ray
hits Ray. Ray's low. That forces Uber. The counter charge shot forces the Uber. They're going to want to wishbone with it. Counter Uber out here from Froggieland, trying to get some spam onto the point with that invulnerability. But Cookie will reflect a bunch of the stickies back. 3x, now only 2x as Jerry falls into the pit. Make it a 1x. It's just the Pyro. Scout getting it onto it for now as Cookie goes for the pack. Yate will go down. Players dropping for the side of Squirtyay. But Rogue is dead. Rogue got killed somewhere that I didn't see. So no heals out for Froggy at all.
Yeah, Rogue took a pipe from Townsy and went down. We'll see how much that affects things.
Baharo! Comshoot and Catalyst goes down, cancels the banner. Level 1 gun is all they have left for the defense right now. Jack X doing a good job on this corner, but gets shredded, doesn't have the heals anymore. 4x, they're going to try to cap this up all the way. Anyone alive needs to move the sack onto it. Yate headshot down, Sar on a 7k, denying, and another player to the pit gods. This time it is Pickles, and the sentry gun follows.
All right, well, Aro, nice jump over to the point. Townsy's going to the Mangler.
Countless ran that cow Mangler all day in scrims yesterday for good reason. If you hit the reset, by the way, you get all 4 charges and an attack reset. You can keep firing off charge shots with no cooldown.
Oh my god, that is just massive. And such a great spot, obviously, to do it. You just continually hit that resup, you walk out, and that's the second 2K that we've seen, if not a few more kills in the way. But they finally decide to, pump the brakes on E. They have to go to B. Great job from Froggy, continually just pushing back the advances on E, and it's going to be a much slower time for Squirtyay because of that.
Yep, B eventually gets capped up via rotations for blue side. Both teams up on that full Uber charge right now, trying to navigate their way through Wishbone. Arbiter is dead to a revenge crit of all things, so all of a sudden they're going to have Sar with uncontested rain on the SVS. Demo trying to walk in. Townsy trying to make something happen. Will get that Uber force. Good flashes coming out of Rogue to save all of his combo members. Sticky last left over. No one dies in the exchange. With the Uber over, they're going to re-walk. Moist is soaking a bunch of damage. Jerry and Cookie will go down, so numbers advantage now in favor. Flank from the cliff came out of Jerry. Does a lot of damage, but can't quite get the kills. In the meantime, though, Pickles and Yate going to pick up 2 before Yate gets cleaned up, and now they have Wishbone control. They're going to be able to walk out here onto Rogue too far forward. Eats the stickies and goes down.
Yeah, great so far out of Townsy, having some good impact in this round. Second meta kill that we've seen so far, and looks like C's going to be captured. And at this point, once you get C, you really do have a decision to make. I mean, you do see teams that are able to just go jump onto E right away because of the way the spawns change. But once you get D, it nearly solidifies it. But we'll see. It looks like they're rotating back in towards Wishbone, so rather than going for D, it looks like they are going to start to try to put pressure onto E with the ramps coming out.
Yep, setup is in full force for Froggy. They got the level 3, they got the soldier with the banner, they got the heavy all set up here. I say that Moist and Star are going to go down. Spy is the constellation kill, but Uber is out onto the point to take down X's gun. X keeps it alive for so long, but Chief eating a headshot is not good for the defense here. Arbiter opening up for his team. Level 2 gun set up by Pickles as one player goes into the pit. That's Jack. That's the heavy going down, but it's only 2 alive right now for Froggy. The pressure was too much. Heaven control being held by Townsy right now. Stickies are going to go onto that forward spawn gate, so if you are Froggy, gotta get your spawns, gotta go around because time is bleeding.
Yeah, times 5 on the point. Everyone else at this point should really be pushing forward and making sure they're blocking some of those entrances, and that's what's happening. Yeah. We'll just wait.
Sniper, yep, Arbiter just posting up. Rogue gonna feed some kills to Arbiter for the stats, and that's gonna be the capture. 651 in a vacuum, that's a pretty good time for Froggy's defense, right? They probably wish they got more after B, because after B, what happened, right? They traded Wishbone, stood out too long on C, and then got wiped on the first push into E. So from that point, it wasn't good at all from Froggy. Props to Squirtyay for salvaging that time. It definitely was a salvage, because sub 7 minutes, it's definitely doable.
Yeah, I think I want to say the time was somewhere around 4.5 or 4:45 once they've capped B. So from there, you know, about 2 minutes to go for C and then finish the cap on E. So yeah, just under 7 minutes. Of course, when comparing it to Froggy's first half, it sounds like a walk in the park, but I have a feeling it's hard to replicate something like that so well. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it again, because it played really well. But we'll see. I mean, you hope that Squirtyay's defense is better prepared than they were in the first half.
Yeah, the narrative right now definitely falls on Squirtyay. They saw what happened to themselves last round, giving up a 3-minute time. They need to have an adjustment here. They need to be ready. It looks like to start, they put crit stickies on like the forward walkout for B, or for A rather. So once A gets capped out, if they do walk in a bunch of combo members, they could get wiped by the crit stickies. Yeah,
so I guess Townsy's just going to be relegated to pipes for the most part, which is, you know, fine, depending on how the time works out.
9x on A cap.
Well, everyone is over that way. I don't know. They could go through the drop down and maybe try to advance over towards B, or maybe this is just going to go.
What they see on E and in Wishbone. If they lose players, they rotate out. And it does get combat now by the Spy. Paharo did see that they have a bunch of players here. Contra runs through. He should be calling his crit stickies for his team, by the way. If they died, it's Contra's fault. But Detonator going to go through onto Arbiter. He has to reset on the cabinet. So now Sar going to post up on this angle. Crit stickies will get detonated, and lobby control is had. But Arbiter, great SVS win there.
Yeah, Sar's been having a pretty solid game so far. I'm surprised Arbiter is dominating him now. I thought, you know, Sar has had some good impact, but
Pirates is just jumping into Wishbone Airblast the combo. They pre-rotated early, and like we see they actually don't like what they have on E. They've already went to the combo onto B, and they're going to try to get aggressive. Jack goes down early and upper, so there's going to be no presence at all for the defense here. No Uber comes up quite yet, but they have upper presence, and Moist takes down the sentry gun, trades his life for it, but it's a lot, and Pyrus burns out Arbiter with a detonator, so all of a sudden the defense is 4 down, and there's Pyrus with the flank, forces the Uber.
Oh my god, just jumping in. Pyrus is going to go down, but just still such an awesome play. Seeing a Pyro fly in out of nowhere and landing on top of your medic just looks like a bomb.
He kills the sniper and forces the Uber. The flanking Pyro is the strongest Pyro. And just like that, Cookie, Yate are dead. They wiped half their team again. It's just going to be an easy B cap unless Squirtyay want to try to recontest. It's really dangerous too, because if you get wiped here, you lose C, the game's over. They're just going to back out, it looks like.
Well, and all these spawners right now, they're trying to figure out what they want to do. It looks like they are just going to resup and take the safer route, but it means that there's nobody here to challenge in Wishbone at all. So Pierce is going to go down, but really just chilling on C right now is the defense for Squirtyay.
Rogue barely gets out there 20 HP. He had a really tough pipe. He needs to find a pack or a sandwich or something, but they get out of that one scot-free.
Arbiter finds a headshot onto Catalyst. Everyone right now in Froggieland, Wishbone, Arbiter is really coming alive right now. This defense is really flowing through him, doing a great job continually finding pick after pick
With an Uber out onto C, they are going to get the kill onto Townsy quite early. There's a heavy late, though. Jack Axe up top gets the kill into 1 with the help of Yate. They're doing a lot of damage. Yate will go down, though. High ground being held by this heavy now, but Moist looking to do something about it. Catalyst jumps him. Great jump by Catalyst there to clear the space for his team, and that's going to be total C control coming in for the side of Froggy, right? Only up on 85%, so they can't Uber quite yet. If they do get, will they recontest is the question, because 4 minutes just for E, that's not favorable at all for you on defense.
Yeah, right now, Froggy are definitely beating the pace of Squirtyay. Again, it took them about 4, maybe 5 minutes, I think, to cap C. Squirtyay did in their last half. So right now, Froggy are in great position to do this. There, everyone comes in towards Wishbone and Arbiter, but that's going to be the problem right now. Someone's got to deal with him as Pajaro gets a backstab onto Chief.
Really great pick, because now the gun can stay alive unthreatened here. Pickle's going to be happy about that one. It is right now SAR scoping up in Wishbone, looking for that SVS. Arbiter, like you said, has been on a total tear this round, and still he's going to get the kill into Construed, trying to enforcer the gun from JFK. That's a strat that I made yesterday, by the way. Fun fact about that one. It will not help him at all. In the meantime, gun goes down to Callus, jumps on Cat, Virus, reflect rocket onto Jerry, and Pickles up top. The sentry, the nest, it's all just dead. It's all gone. Pyrus will go into the pit, but he'll take that one.
I don't know. Pyrus for MVP right now? Like, if this match ended right now, I don't know. Pyrus has had such great impact from moment one in this game. So great. But the Uber comes out from Wishbone, really just trying to get space onto E. It's working right now for Froggy. Squirtyay are just trying to figure out how they're going to push back out. The Uber does come in, but nobody is with Ray. And, well, finally.
Both teams are 7 alive right now. Spawners are in favor of the offense, though, and they will try to get out here. Defense is moving out. Jack taking a lot of damage, trying to get tanked up a bit here. Will end up living? Maybe eat a sandwich? No, he will burn out, and there's him going down. It's only 5 up for the defense right now. Construed back up, gonna take down Cookie with the Enforcer. Rogue dead. Got spawn camped by an engineer of all classes, so still no kills coming in for Froggy, but the spawns are overwhelming.
Yeah, Arbiter should be going down in just a second. There he goes, ×4 on the cap. Great position now for Froggy to finish this. There's under 2 minutes for the cap, but nobody on Squirtyay. Everyone just got their spawns, and I think they're going to get locked out. I think this might be it.
Yeah, 1:40 still on the clock for the defense, but they are struggling. They're struggling to get anything together. Last few players are trying to funnel in through D to get these out of the point. Townsy goes down and Cap goes over. That's going to be the 2-0 in favor of Froggieland, dominating Steel tonight, and they are going to be going through to playoffs in that 4th seed. So congratulations to Froggieland for making it work tonight. Squirtyay, it's been a tough season, and that's going to be the end of it. Unfortunately, they end in 5th seed and do miss out on playoffs.
Wow, it really did look, that defense was shaky, but Arbiter really kind of just hit another level, and I thought maybe just pick after pick after pick, I thought maybe that was going to be it for Squirtyay, you know, one player stepping up, but no, once the things started falling apart a little bit, great job from Froggy. I think that really showed that they were better prepared for Steel. You know, I think DM wise, you put them on a map where all things being equal, you know, it really did seem like outside of the, I'm gonna say, MVP performance by Pyrus, it really did seem like the players from Squirtyay maybe would have had an advantage, but just the way that Froggy played that map, I don't know. That's something that I would consider picking. Again, going up against a team like Team Fun, I don't know how that plays out, but they clearly prepared for
Steel over any Call of map against Fun. So
exactly.
If anything, Fun might just ban that one, but you know that's for playoffs, because they will be facing Team Fun in round 1. So we'll get the laydown on that map pick ban sooner rather than later. But yeah, that's going to be about it. Logs are up on his screen if you want to check him out. Again, it like you said, it really just feels like Froggieland were better prepared for Steel. They had the better strats, they had the better rotations, and it just felt like this was their element, right? They were here tonight, ready to play for it. Shout out to Arbiter, top fragging the server in that half, but if only your sniper's killing things, it's not going to really pan out for you that well. Townsy, respectable, but it's just not enough. The combo's not rotated. You can't, like, even if you lay down a bunch of damage, you're losing the rotations, you're losing the exchanges, you're just going to lose Steel. And like you mentioned at the end, they did appear to be coming alive on defense, but if you give them 4 minutes to go to cap D and E, by that point, by the halfway point of the map, spawns are so bad for the defense that like one big mistake, one big play from the offense just sets things in motion for the cap. And Pirates jumping in and getting that double reflect kill in heaven was like the catalyst for everything falling apart. No pun intended.
Yeah, absolutely. It was beautiful. I mean, and Pirates too. I mean, we could see it. 18 and 16. 18 frags on Pyro. I mean, I don't know how many of those
He's
get
one
benefit.
short of top frag while being top def on Pyro. That's funny.
I'm not sure if I don't even think a lot of them were in the pit. I mean, I saw reflect kills coming out nonstop. You saw saw some awesome plays diving in on players. I mean, that was just it was a lot of fun to watch. And 2-0 on Steel. I don't really not what I was expecting. I kind of expected a long match, a back and forth. I've seen so many stalemates on Steel where you're just trying to fill time because you don't know if any team is going to manage to cap them all. So it was definitely high octane. But commiserations obviously to Squirtyay, whose season is now over. But huge congrats for Froggy. The more prepared team has found their way into the playoffs.
Yep, and they do have their work cut out for them in that round one match. But that's for next week. For now, we can get ready to close things out. Quick announcement once again, reiterating the TF2 Newbie Cup is going to be coming up soon. Registration ends at the end of July here, July 31st. So if you are a new player, you want to get started to try some competitive Team Fortress 2, sign up for the Newbie Cup. You can find links in the Discord. You can find links in the chat. So also check out the Discord for any help you need getting started there. If you are wanting to coach, feel free to sign up. The newbies will need someone to help guide them along the way as they start their TF2 journeys. So again, the Newbie Cup coming up soon. Sign-ups, coach assignments, all going to be coming up. So if you're interested, take a look.
Absolutely. Get yourself involved. TF2 community is always rallied around, helping new players out and just doing fun things. That's what's kept this game alive for so long. And one other quick shout out, we mentioned it during the break. This is the last week for this run of merch. So head to shop.rgl.gg. This is your last chance to get some of these awesome designs. Get the 2 shirts that were, or not just shirts, but you get them in hoodies, whatever you'd like, designed by Jay. So support the player, you can support the league, and rock something nice. And next time you go outside to, I don't know, touch grass. I don't know what that's like, but maybe you do. So get yourself a shirt next time you have to go out there.
Yep, last week for this merch round, so designs will be swapping out last week. If you like any of the designs, pick them up, support some TF2. But yeah, that'll be about it for us tonight here. If you have any last second shout outs to give.
Yeah, real quick, the Sixes playoffs and grand final. It should be this weekend too. So make sure if you're not following the RGL channel, make sure you follow it and join the Discord if you want updates and everything. Don't forget Sixes playoffs and grand finals this weekend. Make sure you check them out. Invite. So best of the best, cream of the crop.